you should never trust your instincts. And I've got three reasons for that. We'll cover them quickly. The first thing is that your mind label your subconscious biases as your instincts. So for example, let's take an analogy, for example, that you are going on a road and you have been on path A and never been on path B. Now, you have those two options, like you are at the end of the road and then you have to take path A or path B, like you have to choose from that, right? So you have been already on path A, okay? And you think that going on path A would be the better option because I've already explored it. But here's the thing that you do not know, that first, you have never explored path B. And second, if you are continuously taking those paths that you've already taken, that is your subconscious bias, you would be prone to never try out new things in life, explore new options, and that would sort of hinder your success, right? So that subconscious bias, it can be the end of a road, it can be a career option, it could be advice that you already got from your friend, and that advice has some sort of social evaluation, like everybody approves of that. But you would never be really, you know, be more likely to succeed, I would say, if you do not try new things, never take that path B. Now, the second thing is you have already tried trusting your instincts and look at where it got you, right? So it could be about studying a test, it could be about studying for an entrance exam, it could be, cracking a job interview, it could be starting a business, it could be starting a YouTube channel, it could be doing anything that you like or you're required to do. So you trusted your instincts, you trusted your gut feeling, but since it was a subconscious bias, which your mind labeled as an instinct, you followed that, and the same result happened again and again, right? The third thing is this instinct word is too subjective. Like, I cannot even tell you how subjective it could be. If I would rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, it would definitely be an 11. And I would say that because it's not a form of exaggeration, it's just to tell you that whatever you've been trained on, the experiences that your mind has been trained on for like past 17, 18, or 19 years if you're a teenager, you would notice that the same pattern repeats again and again. You think that you would get an outcome with the same amount of actions, with the same set of actions actually, and you would get a different outcome, and you do not get a different outcome. However, because you're not been trained to take the path B and say, okay, I have something different this time. I'm going to try it out and let's see how it goes. You never do that. And that's the reason that trusting your instincts have led you to this subjective point of life, because every time your instincts are the same, but you would think that this is going to be different, whereas it doesn't, come to that point of life. And then your expectations are shattered. You do not, kind of expect like something is good, something good is coming your way because you've already tried different things. And I would phrase this as something like you already know what you have to do, but this biases that you label as instincts, and you're being so mystical about it, spiritual about it, that it's a sixth sense. I've just gathered this insight from some sort of my gut feeling or something, which doesn't approve of any logic, any mitigative action that could be possibly taken in your life by a serious individual if it was some other man in your life, in your case scenario, but you still approve of that action because it's your bias. So you really have to think that is it your instinct, or is it your subconscious biases, or is it some other pattern that is repeating constantly, and you think that this is something different, whereas it's just a disguise in a different mask, but it's the same pattern, it's the same core of actions that you have already been repeating. So this question might help you, and I really hope that I knocked some sense into you. And if you really think that, please let me know. What are your thoughts on that?